Hey guys, welcome back to week 4 of Compassion Camp, where we are learning about compassion and loving ourselves and being kind and just being ourselves. We are glad to be with you. We're glad to have you back with us, and we are excited to get started.
Yeah, so got some questions for you, and I'd like you to answer with the first thing that comes to mind. So we're going to do it here, but you do it at home too, all right? So,
who is always there for Minnie Mouse?
Mickey, right? Yeah,
Very
Mickey.
good.
All right, so I got two. So, who's always there for Woody in Toy Story?
Ooh, I'd go with Buzz.
Buzz Lightyear. That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
All right, and then who is always there for Kermit the Frog?
I believe that would be Miss Piggy.
Look at that!
She is my favorite. I love Miss Piggy, as most of you can imagine.
It's autographed too. That's crazy. Look at that.
Yes.
All right.
All right, so this is a little bit more serious, but Pastor Jason, who is always there for people in danger?
Well, like our police officers and our helpers. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then who's always there for people who are sick?
Oh gosh, our nurses and our doctors, we couldn't do it without them.
That's right.
And what about who is always there for children?
They're adults, their parents, their grandparents. Yeah, they're
Teachers?
teachers.
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely,
We've got teachers
that's
too.
right.
And then who's always there for you?
Well, my friends are always there for me, but God is always there for me no matter what.
That's right. That's right.
So, now that seemed pretty easy, but I'm wondering, what does always there even mean? Like, what does it mean to be there for someone? Does it mean you've always got to be by their side? I mean, what does it mean to be there for the sick or for the poor or for your family or even to be there for yourself?
Well, another way of saying this is being present with somebody. If I want to be present with a friend, I wait and listen and I ask how I can support them best. So today we are present with each other, even though we aren't actually together. We're present here with one another.
That's right. So whether we're together or when we're apart, God is always with us, and we can be present with each other in many ways too.
That's right.
And today's song is about being present with God and each other no matter what the situation is.
That's right.
So those of you that have been to Luther Ridge or Luther Rock, you may know this song, and we are going to sing it together, and we hope that you can sing it along with us.
We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. And we pray that all unity may one day be restored. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. We will work with each other, we will work side by side. We will work with each other, we will work side by side. And we'll guard each one's dignity and save each one's pride. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. And together we'll spread the news that God is in our land. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love.
What an awesome
That
song.
is a
I
good
really
song.
like that one.
Yes.
So in the story that we're going to share for today, we will encounter 3 women who figured out how to be present with each other in their hurt. And as we prepare to learn more about being present with each other, let's begin with our compassion prayer.
All right, so we're going to place one hand on our head, one hand on our heart.
Figuring this thing out.
Me
Yep.
too, that's right. And we're doing this, remember, because compassion happens in our brain, but we often feel it in our heart. So I
That's
want
right.
you to repeat after me. Loving Spirit,
Loving Spirit,
you are active
you are active
and alive,
and alive,
always moving
always moving
and stirring
and stirring
within and around us.
within and around us.
Please begin
Please begin
encouraging wind
encouraging wind
at our backs
at our backs,
giving us open minds and soft hearts to follow where you lead.
Make us flexible
And present
and present
in each moment, that we might embrace compassion by letting go of what we expected. Amen. That was really long. My arm started to hurt actually there. All right, so we hope your arms are okay, guys.
A lot
All right.
going on in the head and heart today.
That's
right.
right.
So actually, we're going to talk about a place today named Judah. So in Judah, there was once a man named Elimelech who worried about how his family would survive a famine. And he took his wife Naomi and their two sons, Mahlon and Chilion, to the country of Moab. And they settled there and made a life for their people there. Soon their sons married two women, one named Orpah and the other named Ruth. And sadly, Naomi's husband passed away, and then even her two sons died too.
And Naomi really missed her family and wanted to go back home. So she began the long journey back to Judah. As was the custom for daughters by law, Orpah and Ruth followed her. But Naomi insisted they stay home in Moab. Go back to your family. May the Lord deal kindly with you, as you have dealt with your husbands and me. Peace be with you. And then Naomi hugged them goodbye, and they all cried together.
But Orpah and Ruth were determined to follow her. Naomi tried to persuade them. I do not want to ruin your chance at marriage and having your own family. If you stay with me, you'll have nothing because I can't give you anything. I have lost everything and my heart is so bitter. That's what she said to them, and they all cried together once more. And Orpah decided to go back, but Ruth clung to Naomi even more.
Yes, she did. Naomi said to Ruth, don't stay with me. Go back with Orpah. But Ruth opened up to her, please don't make me leave you. Where you go, I will go. Where you make your home, I will make my home. And your people will be my people, your God, my God. And where you die and are buried, I will be buried there too. I will be your family.
Very powerful. Yeah. So when Naomi saw that she couldn't change Ruth's minds, her heart softened, and she accepted Ruth, and they traveled back to Judah together. And Ruth lovingly took care of Naomi, and she became like a daughter to her.
That's right. So sometimes it's hard to know what direction to take, but if we are present to the experiences of those people around us, we can trust God's Spirit to show us the compassionate way. Naomi showed compassion to Ruth and Orpah by encouraging them to return to their families.
That's right. And Ruth showed compassion to Naomi by going with her, and Orpah showed compassion by supporting Ruth's decision while making the choice that was best for her. You know, all gave compassion in their own way, showing us that there are many ways to follow the Spirit's leading to loving and caring for others.
That's exactly right. So we've learned a lot about compassion. Compassion is when you say, I see your hurt. I feel your hurt with you, and I would like to help ease your hurt. Compassion helps us see and welcome each other and help us to be brave. And we've learned how important it is to love and care for ourselves.
That's right. And today we explored what it looks like to be present with each other through the story of Ruth and Orpah and Naomi. And when Naomi lost her husband and sons, and Ruth and Orpah lost their husbands, they each faced a difficult decision of staying or going and had to choose the best direction for them. But they showed compassion to one another.
They did, and each received compassion. Naomi showed compassion to Ruth, and Orpah is giving them the option to return to their families. Ruth showed compassion by choosing to stay with Naomi when she lost her husband and two sons. And Orpah showed compassion by returning to her family to help them. Compassion goes both ways. Each could make their hard decision because of the compassion they received.
That's right. So compassion helps us to be present with each other. When we follow God's Spirit, which is always on the move, it's always around us, and are open to the people we encounter along the way, they can experience God's Spirit through our care.
That's exactly right. Now, we're going to take just a moment to watch an awesome video that we hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back, you guys. We can be present with each other because we are filled with God's love, and God promises to be with us always.
That's right.
And this song that we learned today reminds us of how we are one in the Spirit. So we're going to sing that again.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like it. I like something. Woohoo!
We are
One in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. And we pray that our unity will one day be restored. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. We will work with each other, we will work side by side. We will work with each other, we will work side by side. And we'll guard each one's dignity and save each one's pride. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. And together we'll spread the news that God is in our land. And they'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love.
It's one of my favorites. favorites.
It is. It's mine too. All right.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
we've got some other really cool songs from the weeks before, right?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So what about I Have Love to Share?
There we
Can
go.
do that one?
Because we do. We have a lot of love to share. That's
do.
right. And
That's
it
right.
helps us love ourselves, but also loves others.
That's right.
All right.
That's
so
right.
Here we go.
I have love to share with the whole wide world, and I start with loving myself. When I take good care of my heart and soul, I have love for everyone else. I love me, so I can love you. God loves me, so I can love you. I have love to share to the whole wide world. And when I take good care of my heart and soul, I have love for everyone else. I love me, so I can love you. God
Take good care of my
love
heart and
me,
soul. I love
so
for
I can
everyone
love
else.
you. I love me, so I can love you. God loves me, so I can love you.
Remember that no professionals are used in
That's
the
right.
publication.
I hope
of
you sang
this
that
event.
better
Yes.
than we sang it.
Yes,
That's right.
exactly. Because we just put that ball in your court. So hope it went well. Good job, you guys.
That's
Wow.
awesome. That was bad. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's
We
all
can do the
right.
next one better, though.
We can.
really do
That's
the next
right,
one better.
that's right.
You can
All
bet
right.
on it.
All right, so here we go. We're going to be bold and
That
we're going to be
sounds-
brave and
that
we're going to
sounds
keep
good.
singing, right?
That sounds good. I like it.
I hope they're still listening. All right, here we go. Be bold.
Be bold.
Be brave.
Be brave.
For the Lord thy God is with thee. Be bold.
Be bold.
Be brave.
Be brave.
For the Lord thy God is with thee.
Be not afraid, sha-na-na-na-na-na. Be not dismayed, sha-na-na-na-na-na. Walk in faith and victory.
Come on.
Walk in faith and victory. For the Lord thy God is with me.
Yeah, we got it. That's right.
Close enough. Close enough.
All
All
right.
right. To the band. To the instruments. All right. Here we go. We've got drums. We've got maracas. We've got, what's that thing? A tambourine. And
A block. A wooden block. Yeah.
We're ready to
Got
roll.
it. Something like that. It's circular, but it's
That's
wooden.
right.
Okay.
That's good. All right. So if you've got any instruments at home, just bust out the pots and pans. I'm sure Mom and Dad won't mind a bit.
That's right.
Come
I
on
like
and
that.
play with us. It'll be great. It'll be great. All right. Here we are. So we're going to come to the table and we are going to invite everybody to
That's
the table with
that
us.
sounds good. I like it.
All right. Come to the table. Come to the table. Come to the table and celebrate with us. Come to the table. Come to the table. Come to the table and celebrate with us.
We are all welcome. We are all welcome. We are all welcome. Come celebrate with us. We are all welcome. We are all welcome. We are all welcome. Come celebrate with us. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. Come celebrate with us. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. Come celebrate with us. You are my brother and you are my sister and we are all family. Come celebrate with us. You are my brother and you are my sister and we are all family. Come celebrate with us.
Woo! All right.
Much
Hey.
better. Much
That's good,
better.
that's good.
There you go. Awesome. Awesome. I guess we've had the most practice with that one.
We
so,
have. We
yes,
have.
yes.
Yeah, we can't mess that one up. So.
Well, don't say that.
All right. So,
There's always next week.
That's exactly right. So Ruth and Orpah and Naomi have shown us what we've learned so far about compassion, seeing one another, being brave, trusting and listening to your heart. They show us what compassion looks like when we are present with people we encounter along the way.
That's right. And when I'm open and present with someone, I wait with them.
Mhm.
I listen carefully
That's
to
right.
them, and I ask how I can support them best.
Mhm.
And when we show up for people like this, who we give compassion to them. And when people show up for us like this, we receive compassion.
That's right.
And these three women shared compassion in a hard situation and showed us how we can give and receive compassion too.
That's right. That's a good lesson to learn. So I guess we're getting towards the end of our time, so we're going to close in the same way that we opened today. So place one of our hands on our head, the other of our hands on our heart. Remember, because compassion happens in our brains, but also feel it in our hearts. And repeat after me. Loving Spirit.
Loving Spirit.
You are active.
You are active.
And alive.
And alive.
Always moving.
Always moving.
And stirring.
And stirring.
Within and around us.
Within and around us.
Please be.
Please be.
An encouraging wind.
An encouraging wind.
At our backs.
At our backs.
Giving us. Open minds.
Open minds.
And soft hearts.
And soft hearts.
To follow where you lead.
To follow where you lead.
Make us flexible.
Make us flexible.
And present.
And present.
In each moment.
In each moment.
That we might.
Embrace compassion.
Embrace compassion. By letting go. Of what we expected. Amen.
Amen.
All
nice
right.
job.
Cool. So we got a couple of things again to end our time. So we've got our daily examine, and again, we hope that each night you'll think about some different ways that you've shown compassion and reached out to those in need and seen people in need and helped them to know of God's love. And so you can follow this and you can have this conversation each night with your family.
Awesome. And again, we've got the coloring page for this week. This is the prayer that we've all prayed together. It reminds us that the Spirit is active and alive. And He wants us to be active and alive to show all of our fellow Christians how much love God has for us. So feel free to color these and put them up around your house. We'd love to see them. Ask Mom or Dad to put them on Facebook or Instagram, and we can check them out and see how everybody's doing. So again, we miss you guys. We love you very much, and we hope to see you back next week for our final session together of Compassion Camp.
That's right. Love y'all. Miss y'all.
Bye, guys.